President-elect Donald Trump in Maryland right now for a storied American tradition. He and a handful of key allies are at Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland, for the 125th annual Army-Navy game. Elon Musk, Pete Hegseth, Ron DeSantis among Trump's entourage at the game. Also with Team Trump today, Marine veteran Daniel Penny, who this week was found not guilty of manslaughter in Jordan Neely's death on a subway train in Manhattan. Let's bring in associate editor for the Wall Street Journal, John Bussey. Kind of interesting, John. It's a tradition for the sitting president to attend the game. Joe Biden, it's my understanding, has not attended any of the Army-Navy games, and yet here is the president-elect up there in the box watching this one. What do you make of that?
Yeah, he's been to several of these games in the past, including previously as president-elect. It's a good game, by the way, if you're not watching it. It's quite engaging. Look, this is a chance for the president-elect in a very public setting to show his support for his nominees for his cabinet, and particularly notably controversial ones. Pete Hegseth is there, his nominee for Secretary of Defense. That's a heavy lift for the president-elect and the people around him. Pete Hegseth has been criticized for simply lacking experience. He was a major in the Minnesota National Guard. He has never managed anything in the same universe as the Department of Defense and its $800 billion plus budget. Tulsi Gabbard is there. She's also run into criticism for singing out of Vladimir Putin's playbook and worrying allies who may or may not now share intelligence information with us because they don't trust her if she were in the position of director of national intelligence. So this is a chance for him to say, hey, look, I'm behind these people. I expect you, the Senate, to get behind me. If you want to be on my Christmas card list, you're going to support these nominees.
Yeah, I already saw a breakdown of a bunch of Republican senators who have had glowing things to say about Tulsi Gabbard after their preliminary conversations with her ahead of her confirmation vote, obviously. We have a graphic that shows some of the interesting military connections for the Army-Navy game today. One person who is also said to be there, although I haven't seen him in the Trump box, but Ron DeSantis there on the far left of your screen. Now, he was discussed as a possible replacement for Pete Hegseth should Pete not make it. But Ron DeSantis is there. He and the president-elect had some pretty rough words during the campaign, but it looks like bygones are bygones there, huh?
Yeah, that really is interesting, isn't it, John? That DeSantis is in the same room, first off, with Trump, and then second with Pete Hegseth. Theoretically, they're vying for the same job. Something else may be at work here. Look, it's a chance for some fence mending to get people who have perhaps opposed you in the primaries in the same room with you to kind of sort of to mend those fences. But the president has also asked DeSantis to appoint Laura Trump as he's indicated that this is what he wants. He wants Laura Trump to be appointed by the governor to fill the Senate spot that Marco Rubio is vacating to become Secretary of State if he's approved by the Senate. So this may be a chance for the president to say, to do two things. One is to put the arm on DeSantis, to put Laura Trump in that Senate spot, but also to prepare the field just in case Pete Hegseth runs into trouble in the Senate. He's got a backup Secretary of Defense nominee.
I want to put up on screen very quickly a Washington Post exit poll that showed veteran support for the two candidates in the election just concluded. 34% of those veterans supported Kamala Harris, 65% for Trump. So this is a target-rich environment, I guess you could say, for the president-elect. Appearing at the Army-Navy game, he's among a lot of fans.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I think he got a big cheer when just before the game started. They announced that he was there. One person that we haven't talked about is Elon Musk is also in that box, and he's being shown once again as a close ally of the president and a really rich guy. And this is a way of doing several things, one of which is for the president to once again show that, look, fall behind me on my nominees, senators. You'll get a Christmas card, but also what you don't want to do is defy me, because I've got Elon Musk here and he can fund primaries against you. I mean, that is sort of a backdrop to this conversation if you don't kind of fall into line. That's a role that Elon Musk is critically playing, I think, now for the president. He's a bit of a cudgel.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly. We saw Tulsi Gabbard there on the right of the screen in the president's box there, the president-elect's box. John Bussey from the Wall Street Journal. John, good to have you on. Thanks.
Pleasure.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.